10 weird facts about orgasms. Number 10. Persistent genital arousal disorder. This rare disorder leaves some women in a constant state of arousal, leading to over 100 orgasms every day. Triggers are often sudden and unpredictable, and while the orgasm provides temporary relief, arousal returns shortly after, preventing concentration on day-to-day tasks. 47-year-old Kim Ramsey, who suffers from the condition, gained exposure recently for speaking out about PGAD. She stated that her orgasms are often triggered by the slightest of movements, such as standing near loud vibrating speakers or wearing stilettos. Number 9. Medical orgasms. In the 19th century, 75% of women were plagued with an illness that caused anxiety and irritability. The supposed illness was formerly recognized as hysteria, but today would simply be diagnosed as sexual frustration. Because female sexual arousal was condemned in Victorian society, the condition was deemed medical rather than sexual, and so patients could seek treatment. This involved medical professionals giving patients a manual genital massage until they reached orgasm. Many doctors complained that it was a laborious and time-consuming procedure, and so the vibrator was invented as a form of self-medication. Number 8. Orgasms are painkillers. During orgasm, the brain is flooded with endorphins, which are powerful painkillers. Research led by Stefan Evers, a German neurologist, investigated whether sexual activity helps in relieving pain. He sent a questionnaire to hundreds of migraine sufferers and told them to record their migraine pain level after orgasm. Of the candidates who responded, 60% said their pain was relieved after intercourse. It was also found that a female's pain threshold can increase by up to 107% after orgasm. Number 7. No genitals needed. Climaxing is most commonly achieved through genital stimulation during sex. However, sexologists have identified less conventional triggers of orgasms. In some cases, the brain is able to retrain the nervous system to transfer orgasm trigger spots to different areas of the body. This is particularly common in spine injury patients. And in 2004, a quadriplegic man was able to climax from just sucking his thumb. In the 1950s, a woman was found capable of reaching orgasm every time she had her eyebrows stroked. And in 2003, a 41-year-old woman sought medical attention after she fell into a consistent pattern of climaxing every time she brushed her teeth. Number 6. Prostate cancer. Research carried out by Harvard Medical School has shown that frequent orgasms in men reduces their chances of developing prostate cancer. Those who ejaculate over 21 times a month have a 22% lower risk of getting the disease. It is thought that cleaning out sperm helps prevent the buildup of older cells that are more likely to turn cancerous. It has also been found that reaching orgasm more than 3 times a week decreases risk of heart attack and stroke by 50%. Number 5. Upsuck theory. In the 1900s, gynecologists believed that the female orgasm was a prerequisite for pregnancy, and that the orgasmic contraction served to suck the semen up through the cervix and to the egg. Research conducted in the 1950s found that this was not true. However, the theory is still used in pig farming. The Danish National Committee for Pig Production found that sexually stimulating a sow while artificially inseminating her will see a 6% increase in the farrowing rate. It is therefore common practice for Danish farmers to mimic the movements of a boar by mounting the sow and rubbing their mammaries before artificially inseminating them. Number 4. Yogasm. According to a study by Indiana University, 20% of women have experienced an orgasm while practicing yoga. The phenomenon is most often achieved during Kundalini, a form of deep, meditative yoga designed to lead to spiritual awakening. Rather than a genital climax, the women claim to experience a full-body orgasm. Barbara Corellis has been teaching others to yogasm for 3 decades, and states that this full-body orgasm can be achieved through a series of techniques focusing on deep and rapid breathing. Number 3. Furthest travelled ejaculation. In the 1940s, some scientists believed that the force at which semen is thrust against the cervix was a factor in fertility success. Renowned sexologist Dr. Alfred Kinsey, who doubted the theory, investigated the matter. He selected 300 men and, using a measuring tape, calculated the distance that their ejaculation travelled. The ejaculation of 3/4 of the men merely dribbled. However, one man's semen landed just short of 2.5 meters. Since then, people have competed for the Guinness World Record for furthest ejaculation, the female record of which is a staggering 3 meters. Number 2. Uncontrollable sneezing. Some people suffer from a strange condition that leaves them in a fit of uncontrollable sneezes during and after having an orgasm. The first full investigation into the condition was conducted by Dr. Mahmoud Bouta and Dr. Harold Maxwell in 2008. They found the condition to be a genetic flaw, which causes the nerves controlling sneezing and orgasms to become muddled. Everyone has erectile tissue in their nose, but for those with the condition, when they get aroused, the blood in their nasal erectile tissue becomes engorged, triggering the sneezing. Number 1. Orgasm when brain dead. When a brain-dead person is kept alive by a respirator, their nerves remain oxygenated. If you stimulate the right spot, the Lazarus reflex can be triggered, causing a brain-dead person to raise their arms to their chest. The point of origin for the orgasm is called the sacral nerve root, found along the spine, and, if triggered, it will stimulate an orgasm. Stephanie Mann, a brain death expert, has stated that since the Lazarus reflex can be triggered in a brain-dead person, it is perfectly plausible that an orgasm can also be triggered.
We're here to bring you a very special message. It's to launch our Instagram account.
That's right.
Basically, you will be able to see brand new facts every day that we'll be coming up with. They will be going into our Instagram feed, as well as behind the scenes from All Time 10s. Give them an example of a fact that they can be reading.
Well, there are more atoms in a human body than there are stars in the known universe. Knowledge. Bang.
I was going to say as well, pound for pound, there's more sugar in a lemon than there is in a strawberry.
Knowledge.
So they're the kind of facts you've received, so make sure you follow us by clicking the link
Some
here.
of the facts will be false.
No, they won't be false. Why have you said that?
That lemon thing, you've got that from the office. You don't know it's true.
What have you said that for? You've ruined it.
Yeah, but we can't go, come over, check out all our facts, and then one of them's made up.
Idiot. All right, let's go again.
Quoting sitcoms now. Source, The Office.